Room for Rent. Room for Rent is Cameron's. Cameron wrote it. It's a movie that we're gonna produce together.
Room for Rent is a short film I wrote. It's a short little horror thriller that it's about 15, a little more than that, maybe minutes in length.
A Room for Rent is about two girls who have inner turmoil that is impacted by supernatural forces, and they have to figure it out. Cameron's my brother.
Jason is my beloved older brother.
From the beginning of my career, our careers, we started working together. And
when he kind of got started with his photography thing, he pulled me in. It was like, hey, do you want to shoot some video? And I had no clue what I was doing. And I was like, sure.
We've worked on different paths in that time. He's gone more down the video route, and I've gone down more the photography route.
Jason took off with his photography, and I, while he was doing that, went to study performance and theater and that kind of stuff, and then I transferred to film school. And after that, I've kind of started my own video business, illumitymedia.com.
And we've always had a dream of working together, and now it's gonna happen. How did this come about? Rhodolite asked me, can you create something that shows people how to use our lights? And not just for photography, because I've done a ton of them on photography, but can you create something that shows small budget indie filmmakers how to use something like a Rhodolite Neo, or 3 or 4 of them, however many, and create a small but amazing piece of work?
I was preparing for a shoot, and as I was preparing for the shoot, I called Jason and I said, hey man, I'm looking for Rhodolites and I can't find them. And Jason said, I have some, do you want to come borrow them? And I was like, yes.
Just out of pure happenstance, I was talking to Cameron. I'm like, hey, Rhodolite wants me to do this. And
I go down to Jason's house. I'm picking up these Rhodolites. And as I'm picking them up, Jason says, hey, I know this is maybe a long shot, but, you know, I have, Rhodolite wants me to make a horror film.
And before we knew it, he said, well, you know, I have a script. And
do you have anything? And I said, strangely enough, I do.
And I'm like, well, that sounds cool. And he sent it to me, and I read it, and I thought, wow, we should do this together. So he agreed, and well, that's what we're doing. Room for Rent was intriguing to me because, quite frankly, it's a horror. And if you want to know what I'm doing when I'm editing pictures, I'm watching horror movies.
What appeals to me about it is the filmmaker side of me is more intrigued about horror than anything because of the psychology of it's just a dark hallway. It's just a camera in a dark hallway. Why is that scary? And yet there's something about it that we're able to manipulate people's emotions to make it scary. And I want to see if I can do that.
If Rhodolite or Cameron or whoever came to me and said, hey, let's do a movie, and it was a romantic comedy, I would have said no thanks. But the fact that it's a horror, the fact that it's got intrigue, and you know, I'll be honest with you, if it sucked, I would tell Cameron I thought it sucked. I wouldn't take the time or money or effort to make it. And but it's I think it's fantastic, and so we're gonna do it. You know, I maybe it's the adrenaline. Maybe it's the adrenaline rush. Maybe it's the unknown, not knowing what's going to happen, the suspense. You know, this isn't a gory horror movie. Neither Cameron or I are into gore. Gore's actually a turn off for me when I watch a movie. But I love scary. I love supernatural. These are the lands. And I love twists. And I think this story has it all. The purpose of this video, the one you're currently watching, is quite frankly to tell people what we're doing. You know, I've always had a very organic approach to a lot of the projects that I've done, and we're looking for people who want to collaborate.
Look, making a film, no matter how large or how small, it's a task. I mean, we've all seen the Marvel movies. Thankfully, they put things at the end of the movie, so they make everyone sit through the credits, which helps people, I think, gain an understanding of how many people work on a movie. You know, ours isn't anywhere near that scope, but at the same time, we still need a lot of help. We still need people. Look, it takes place in a 2-bedroom apartment, and neither Jason or I have a 2-bedroom apartment.
We're really looking for a small apartment that we can utilize, and we'll find a way to make the person whole, who allows us to utilize their space. But I mean, ideally, we're looking for a space to film.
Beyond that, we need actresses. We need crew. We need guys who know something about sound. We need guys who might know how to set up a light.
This is really our casting call. The reason we're filming this is it's our casting call. So just so y'all know, we're looking for actors. We're looking for assistants.
We'll probably need some help with wardrobe. We'll probably need help with makeup. And who knows, props. I mean, we have some visuals and special effects that we have to pull off in this thing. We're going to need help.
Is this a Kickstarter campaign? No, we're not asking for money. We're asking for an organic collaboration effort. Meaning, let me film in your apartment. You'll get a chance to work with us. You'll get a chance to be around us, learn. And once we're done for the night, you can have your apartment back and we'll come back the next day.
I think it should be noted that Jason and I are not getting paid for this. So this is a labor of love. This is something that we're doing because we want to do it. And with that said, that's what we're asking of anyone involved.
Anyone who's interested in helping out with the project, I need you guys to go to jasonlanier.com and then click on the tab that says, or the page that says room for rent, and there'll be contact forms where you can tell us what you're willing to help out with, what you're able to help out with. And again, we're not asking for money or anything like that. This is an organic project and we're looking to have fun, guys. If you want to be part of making a movie, I mean, how cool is that? Lots of people want us to make movies. I want to make movies. I could be doing a ton of other projects, but I really want to do this one. So if you want to be part of something that's really cool and have that experience, and yes, you'll be in the credits, then this is your opportunity. Maybe we'll put a cameo. We'll have you walk past the screen and we can make you a dead person or something. But regardless, yeah, I mean, if you want to be part of this with us, this is the way to do it.
Look, part of the reason it's so great for me to work with Jason on this is I don't have the following he does. We're in different fields and we've taken different approaches, and by that I mean Jason he's a great teacher. He's online teaching, he's doing his workshops, all those types of things, where I am really just kind of working with clients, and he has a different following than I have and may ever have. And so for me, this is a great opportunity to get my work seen, because for me, this is an opportunity to get it to 55, 60,000 people that I would never get this to. And I think for people who want to be involved with this project, the same is true. It's okay, I could go make a film with Joe Schmo and maybe no one will ever see it. But if I make a film here, I could get out to 50,000 people. I could get out to more people than I could ever do on my own. And that's hard to find. And so Jason is a great following, and it's an enormous opportunity for anyone involved to be part of something that probably they would not get a part to. It would not be easy for them to be a part of otherwise.
All I can tell you is I've been a professional for 8 years. And about 6 of those years, I've had a lot of assisting and help from outsiders. And I remember when I first started out, having the opportunity to work with someone who was more experienced than I was incredibly valuable. So what's in it for them? They get the experience. I have a good amount of followers. Some of them just like to be able to be around me, see how we work, see how we light, see how we do everything. Am I going to do behind the scenes videos? Of course. What do I hope to accomplish with those? One of the main goals of mine has always been to demystify photography. I think one thing that bothered me when I was learning was, I'm not going to lie, when people would talk about f-stops or how many stops or how the mathematical equation associated with f-stops or shutter speeds or whatever, it was all Greek. It was all, what does that mean? And then you would think that the person had a degree in calculus just to be able to take a picture. And then when you start to get into photography and you put in enough work, you realize, hey, we can do this. And I think the reason I want to film the behind the scenes is to show what we go through. And it's a special project, meaning that Cameron and I are doing it together. So, even if I never published any of it, which I will. But even if I never did, it'd be fun just to watch he and I work together. I think I know Rhodolite wants it too. You know, these lights have a lot of different functionalities to them. They do lightning effects and fireplace effects and TV effects, and we're trying to incorporate that as much as it works. We're not forcing anything, but we're trying to incorporate some of the special effects that these lights do into some of the scenes that call for it. And the behind the scenes will be fun because, you know, we'll be able to show the movie part, but then we'll be able to show the behind the scenes. Wow, that was all it was. So that'll be fun.
Our goal is to release it in October, probably very close to, if not on Halloween Day, and you know, for obvious reasons. And so that's our goal. We think it's manageable if we get, you know, all the things lined up and the help that we need.
I'm grateful to the sponsors who help us to do these types of projects, you know, from Sony and Rhodolite. It's exciting. This is an indie film, guys. This is a neat project. We have some beautiful lenses, Zeiss lenses. I have pretty much any lens that Sony makes, I have, which is awesome. And we're going to be using them. And if you guys really want to delve in and see how we do our thing, this is your opportunity. Cameron is very experienced in much more of the video production end of things. And from the theatrical side of it, I'm more experienced in the documentary side, but he's much more experienced in the theatrical, the cinematic side of these things. So I'm even looking forward to that from a learning experience. And I'm more experienced in the photography. So I think bringing those two together will be fun. I think for somebody who contributes something as great as a place for us to film or assist or is one of the actors, because you're going to see an amazing project come together. I have a lot of faith in this, and if you guys see my photography and you see the work that we both do, I think you'll agree that we're going to produce something pretty special. So if you want to be part of something special, if you want to be part of something before it becomes something big, here's your chance.
I am 30 years old. Jason has put me in counseling, and if you want to experience his craziness as well as his obsession with erasure, this is your chance.